Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to people real quick because I don't think they brought their guys. Let me see what's up with that.
And also put a sign on the door saying if you're here for interviews, come here.
Yes.
Alright. You ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, if you could state your name, rank, company, and billet.
Name, rank, company, and billet. My name is Kenneth Abolins. I'm a corporal, and I'm a squad leader for Leaving Company 37.
Alright. Explain the workup for the deployment and how you think it prepared you.
The work for this deployment was pretty quick in comparison to the last round. Last round, I'm a little bit confused about if we were coming to Afghanistan or going on a MEU, but this round we knew from the start where we were going, so it was definitely, we were moving, we knew what we were anticipating this round, and so most of the training was kind of built up around that, which was perfect for us once we got here.
Is it light break or what?
Yeah, it's not really right.
Do this. If I can just do this. What are your thoughts about singing?
What are my thoughts about singing? It's hate it, love it. Like, not a whole lot to it. It's colorful. The atmosphere is vibrant. Like, it's different. Something that you won't forget wherever you go. Like, I know this place will stick with me forever. Being here 2 different deployments now, seeing the culture, seeing the people, seeing just the general landscape of things. It's just somewhere that you couldn't imagine back in the States. It's a total different place out here.
Alright, talk about your experience this deployment.
Experience this deployment required some patience, definitely maturity by all the Marines in my squad, Marines in the company. Through just required a lot of patience, responsibility. You know, there's a lot of things that Marines aren't traditionally used to doing that we had to learn how to understand how to do it, counterinsurgency in the fight that we're in out here.
Alright, considering this is your second time here, how'd you feel about coming back?
Initially, when we first got the word, all you could do was just smile and laugh, like, as fate would have it, you know, there's nothing to it except for the fact that, you know, there was a little bit of anxiety initially, but once we got into the training cycle a little bit farther, realized that there had been other Marines here after us, they learned lessons, and took those lessons and running with them. That's all that mattered at that point, so it was actually, once we were done with the training cycle, realized we were coming back to a place that we'd been, it was actually kind of motivating.
Alright, how do you think the area has changed since last deployment?
It's night and day. It really is. It's night and day out here. I mean, I know that there were places that you just physically we couldn't move to at that point in time. We didn't have the opportunity to do so, and you know, I've gone back to a place fortunately, so I've been able to see the actual transition between, you know, where we were last year to where we've been this year, and you know, last year 28 days to move less than a click. It took us 28 days, and this year I can let my APL run a patrol with me not going out, and they can run the entire green zone in 5 hours. Like, it's just it's a night and day difference. The people, the atmosphere, everything about it. Like, Marines used to come around, they'd go inside. Marines come around this time, they come outside, they want to talk to you, they want to be around you. They know that when you're around, things are real good. So definitely a night and day difference.
Well, how do you think the locals have changed towards us since last time?
They're definitely warm, and they're conscious of our presence. Like, they understand the purpose that we have here, and that we understand what our responsibilities are here, being the transition with the ANSAT forces and just the general counterinsurgency. They understand that we know what's right and wrong, what we're supposed to be doing, what we can't do, and they definitely want to help us out. The majority of them want to help us out as much as they can. You know, they make a serious effort to let us know what's going on in their village or their tribe, and you know, what complaints they got, what issues they have, and also what they're happy about and what we've done right for them. So the fact that they come out to us very openly nowadays is it's quite different.
Could you explain the average patrol that you go on?
Average patrol that my Marines go on, depending on where we were, we've been everywhere in saying this round. So, but for us, I think talking mainly urban to fish tank area, you know, wake up, do PCIs, push out for the patrol. Regular security patrol consistent of 2 elements, Alpha Bravo elements, satellite patrolling. So Myself going with my second team, my APL taking his team, and basically just moving around each other, using bounding overwatch to the best of our abilities. Always bringing ladders out, so we'll be setting one team up on a rooftop, that one team watches as the next team moves, and we'll just continue doing that. Never really in a circle, more just randomly organized. I'd say the definition of the way we've done things has been route selection and path selection. We've done a lot of defining route selection in our planning stages, but during the actual movement it's path selection. You know, my sweepers deciding where they want to move, what type of ground is responsible for them to take us down, what was wise for us to use, and areas that we shouldn't be going down. So average security patrol basically moving and bounding overwatch elements and stopping in near areas, talking to a couple locals, continue pushing, ideally finding a spot to drink some chai with some locals, and then turn around and RTB. So.
Consider you're a squad leader, right?
Yes.
What's your responsibility within 3-7?
Squad leader's responsibility, definitely responsible for taking care of his Marines, whether it be the little things like family issues back home, but also you got the tactical responsibilities of making sure you're properly employing your teams in the fight. So whether it be just counterinsurgency and making sure your Marines aren't gaffing off on patrol and respecting the locals and the children around, or you know, engaging the enemy appropriately, just having the conscious mind and the bearing to keep yourself going when things are getting rough.
Explain the coin piece you do.
Explain coin. Counterinsurgency, it's cliche to say, but it's the battle for hearts and minds. That's really what it is. I mean, understanding that what we do and the people that we are as Marines, you're supposed to go out and punch somebody in the jaw if necessary, but being able to restrain yourself, hold yourself back, and take a breath and decide if it's the right action or the right course of action. Sometimes, you know, there's things that people say or do around you that would make you, want to say something smart back, but being able to hold back and control yourself, control your emotions. Understanding that not everyone out here is trying to fight you. You know, the majority of them want your help, and that the insurgency is a small, select percentage. So therefore, not putting everybody out for that small, select percentage. Understanding that in the bigger population, those folks, they don't deserve what's happening around them. So being able to spear them and protect them while hunting the enemy down simultaneously. So, I mean, counterinsurgency, I think, is by definition it's small, but in the bigger picture of it all, there's so many different roles and applications to it, especially for a small unit leader. Like it's basically kind of a catch-21 because it's an open phrase. Counterinsurgency is definitely a bigger picture than I think a lot of Marines understand.
How do you feel about the locals, and how do you interact with them?
How do I feel about the locals and my interactions? I think the locals in a lot of ways, they're just like regular folks. Some people you're gonna like and some people you don't like. You know, some people are gonna talk to you with respect and other ones don't like you that much. And can't really tell why, but I think for the majority of the deployment, most people have been very warm to us and very open arms. You know, they understand that we got a job to do, and they've given us an opportunity to do that job, whether it be coming in and, you know, talking to them, getting some information about their locals, their elders, their village, whatever it may be, or, you know, searching their house. They understand that we have the job to do. But, you know, it's just like anybody else. You're going to find certain areas that you like and certain people that like you and certain people that don't like you. And there's no reason to it. I know that there's no harm, no foul there, but they don't like you sometimes. And it's the same thing, like back home. Like, they're just regular folks out here. Just a different culture, different people here. That's all.
What's your most memorable moment this deployment?
I think as a squad, my most memorable deployment this year being we had Blade 6 and Blade 9 out on patrol with us. It was a few days after our platoon had taken a strike. Lance Corporal Divine had been back to this point in time. The platoon was quite down. I think a lot of guys were just kind of frustrated at this point, and went on patrol, and we found an IED a couple hundred meters away from where Lance Corporal Divine got hit, And I think for us right there, it was just kind of one of those things where it was like, it took a big weight off the back of the platoon and everyone around us, you know, the big monkey off our back, finding that first IED after a strike like that. It's really hard, I think, for a unit to come back for something like that. So I think for me that was a big moment, just through and through. Like it meant a lot to the platoon. So.
What's the hardest part or daily struggle you have this deployment?
Daily struggle, if I was deployment, personally, it's been the cold. I'm not a cold person. Like, it just whooped my ass. Like, it's definitely it's been a struggle to be able to like get out and know I got like a 05 patrol and get out there and just be like, man, it's gonna be so cold. And whether it's rainy or not, like it's been cold. Like that dry cold is almost as bad as that wet raining cold. I can't explain it, but it gets to my bones. So yeah, I'm super stoked. It's been warming up right now.
Have you gotten in a firefight at all?
No, this deployment.
This deployment sucks.
Yeah.
Have you worked with the ANA and AUP and stuff?
What?
Work with the ANA and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. How do you feel about working alongside with them?
Working alongside the ANSAF forces. It's what we're here for, you know, regardless of what my opinions are, it's what we're here for. Like, and it's just like anything else, just like what it's back home. You got the ANA, the AUP, the ANCOM, the ALP. Yeah, pretty much hit them all in the head. But you work with some individuals and some groups, and they're real good to go. Like these guys are ready to take the country over. And then you work with a nice group and sure on them. But that's what our responsibility was here, is just being able to accommodate a transition between ISAF and ANSAF forces and support them when necessary. So I think the biggest fight there for us was just, you know, getting out there with them, getting the Marines to understand that, hey, it's a different culture, but these guys are warriors themselves, so you need to treat them as such. Once we got that down and we started working together, I think the transition went smoothly.
Again, camaraderie?
The camaraderie between my squad, it's definitely unique. We got put together 10 days before we deployed, so, I mean, we didn't really have the opportunity to work together too much prior, but since we've been here, every single one of them, I got tons of respect for them, and the individuals that they are, the Marines that they are, the character that they bring to the table. They just, they're a solid set, good Marines, and I couldn't be happier with the group that I got around me.
Describe the terrain you faced.
The terrain out here, it's also real unique. I mean, like, out in the fish tank area and the wish stand area, it's all urban. I mean, it's like houses built on top of houses with courtyards with 12-foot roof or 12-foot walls, and then tight little alleyways. You know, it's a real frustrating terrain to navigate around. It's windy, bendy, a lot of dead space around the corners, but I mean, it's just tall walls, mud compounds. Once you realize that that's all it is, you know, there's not a whole lot to it. You just understand where there's abandoned compounds, there's groups of them. Where there's groups of occupied compounds, there's groups of them. So, definitely windy, high walls, mud compounds. Sometimes hilly, but there's a lot of places where it's flat too, so you can't really define. But the green zones, canals, tree lines, open fields, low-lying grass. But yeah, green zone just looks like a national park, and the brown zone, there's just no way to define it in America. Like, there's nothing that you could even remotely compare it to. So it's definitely different.
Explain what you did on the holidays. You guys did anything special?
For my birthday and Christmas and New Year's, I was on an OP. So I got to spend my my birthday, Christmas, and New Year's on OPs this year. It was amusing. Thanksgiving, got the opportunity to come to Jackson over here to see the Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps, which is pretty cool. Got to have a nice little meal. So enjoyed them while we could. Marine Corps birthday, got some steaks and some cakes sent out to us at a little platoon barbecue at Falad, so it was pretty fun.
Since we're coming to an end, how do you think the deployment went?
I think this deployment was a success. It really was. I think the definition of the responsibilities that we had to accomplish while being here was a daunting task for Marines to be able to take on. Marines at every level, from small unit leaders all the way up. Basically continuing to provide that security while transitioning with the NSAF forces and making our footprint or our presence smaller in Sangin. That's basically pulling back while keeping the same amount of security up. And I think we did it right, and I think we did it well. We did it efficiently. We closed a lot of patrol bases down, turned a lot of them over to the NSAF, and our security level and our security posture remains the same. I mean, I'm truly impressed by everything that has come to this point. Like, initially at the beginning, I couldn't really understand and see the bigger picture of it all. But at the end of it now, seeing how small our footprint is, it blows my mind. The transition was so fast paced, and there were so many things going on to make it successful and to make it happen. But to actually have that transition successfully go through it in a 7-month period and set 1-7 up the way we have to this point, I think it definitely gives us deployment A grade.
How do you feel about being part of 3-7?
Being a part of 3-7, it's definitely it's pride for me. I mean, I got it inked on my body. Like, this battalion to me has been my family since the day I hit the fleet, and I've grown up with a lot of these individuals here. Been through thick and thin, shed blood with these individuals here. So, I mean, this place to me and this battalion to me means more than I think I'll ever really be able to comprehend. Like, this is a definition of a brotherhood for myself.
Do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to say?
I think 25 questions I just had covered it all.
Alright, you're good. You're actually one of our best interviews.
What's up?
You're actually one of our best interviews we've had so far.